Hey everybody, we're back. This is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner Real Estate from a marketing perspective, and this is segment number 2. This beautiful young lady sitting next to me is Evie. I'm not going to try and pronounce your last name because I probably won't get it right, so you do that, okay?
Yes.
So tell everybody who you are and what you do.
What do you want to know?
I want to know everything, but first tell them who you are.
Okay. Well, first off, thank you so much for having me here in your Kevin's Corner.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, my name is Alrikabi, and I'm the franchise owner of Real Property Management Sugarland. This is the newest location here in Sugarland, in Houston, Texas. But we do manage all the Houston area, just to confirm that it's not only Sugarland. We do manage residential. Mainly, I don't do that much of commercial, single family homes, and multifamily.
Awesome. So everybody knows that anybody that knows me knows I was in property management for 7 years. So I'm very familiar with what she's doing and with the franchise because I was a part of the franchise for a little while. So tell everybody, first of all, why did you decide to get into a property management franchise? Because being in property management for 7 years, I'm like, are you nuts?
Right, I know. I didn't think that you were going to ask me that question, but why not? It's a funny story because, well, okay. When I turned 30, that's why it's funny. I was like, a W-2 employee before, and I was pretty much, when you feel that you're hitting the glass ceiling, that there's no more growth anymore, and you want to do something. You want to do something for the community. You want to do something, accomplish something. Okay, like my name's written on it. That's when you think of having your own business. So that's when I was thinking of having my own business, but of course I didn't know what I'm gonna be getting myself into at the beginning. So I had a lot of choices of businesses, but I wanted to be a real estate agent before, so that was pretty much my motivation going into property management because of the connection with real estate. So yes, that's how we got connected with RPM, and we liked them so much. It's a big business. They have been in the business for over 35 years, and they have over 380 locations nationwide. So it's a successful business model, and that's what it pretty much had me sold in.
So, which is a great reason for why you got into it. So I applaud you.
Thank you.
Property management's not an easy business.
It is not an easy business.
If the owner investor's not happy, if the owner investor's not happy, then the tenant's not happy. So it's one or the other. So
and I get unhappy as well. So
yeah, well, you smile all the time. You're never unhappy.
Well, I try to. That's my job, to have everyone, feel happy. There's no issue with the tenants, with the owners. The smoothest transactions, if you may say. But I mean, I'm pretty much like the coordinator who has to keep everyone, like all the relationships in sync, and there's no problem.
You're the glue that makes sure this all works out.
Exactly.
So tell everybody exactly what property management means. So if you manage my property, what am I getting?
Great question. Because a lot of people, they don't know what property management means.
Or they have
property
different
management
expectations.
means that when you have any type of property, like let's talk about residential. If you have a single family home or even an apartment or condo, things like that, and you want to have this property to be as an investment, for you, like an extra income. Just if you want to try to be even a beginner, not really a real estate investor or a savvy real estate investor, that's when we come in to take over the property and lease it for you and have your return on investment, take care of the tenants, all the communications, maintenance, emergencies, things like that.
So basically, and if I say anything that is not accurate to what you do, let me know. But I'm the investor. I call you up and say I need a property manager because I'm tired of dealing with it myself. You say no problem. We'd love to do that. So you're going to basically, as the investor, as the owner, I don't have to do anything anymore. Pretty much.
No, nothing. You don't need to do anything.
So you're a full service.
Full service property management company, yeah. And we're one of the largest property management companies in the nation.
And so
with the premium services. Sorry.
No problem. So you don't have to necessarily say on the podcast what you charge, but what do you have what's your pricing structure look like for property management?
It's a percentage.
Percentage of what?
Of the monthly rent.
Of the monthly rent. Okay, yes. So it's a percentage of the monthly rent.
Correct.
And for that, is there one pricing structure and they get everything you do, or do you have 2 or 3 pricing structures?
There's 3 pricing structures that they can find on our website. Everything is listed there in www.rpmsugarland.com. In the pricing page, you will see the 3-tier prices: silver, gold, and platinum, and all the fees, all the services that they include.
Do you guys, because when I was in property management for a while, no one had them in the beginning, but then they started to pop up later. Do you guys have any guarantee programs? Anything that, like, if you do something, you'll guarantee that whatever, but if they do it, they're on their own kind of thing?
Yeah, there is a tenant replacement guarantee that we have in the 2 of the programs, and there is also a neighborly leasing guarantee as well, which is like the 29 listing guarantee pretty much. That is like the neighborly, which is the head company of RPM.
What's the difference between theirs and your program?
It's the same.
It's the same?
Yes.
So what does that tenant guarantee mean?
Tenant guarantee means if, let's say, the tenant leaves in the middle of the lease and we're going to have to list the property again, prepare it for marketing, resident screening, and all of that again, we have to do it again. It's going to be at no charge to the owner. For free. If
you initially put that tenant in the property, right?
Yes.
So they can't give you a property and it already have a tenant in it, and then they leave and want the guarantee. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't. We cannot guarantee for any tenant that we don't place ourselves. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And then from a maintenance standpoint, do I come into you as an investor with 15 properties, or one or property or 15? Do I need to already have my own maintenance team, or do you handle that as well?
We do handle that. You don't need to have your own maintenance team. Doesn't matter if you have 1 or you have, 100 property. We're going to manage that for you. But everything is included there with with our services. Owners, again, they don't need to do anything. No communications, no emergencies. We have a 24/7 emergency response. That's pretty much it. The only thing that they will get is the monthly report, which is like the online report. It will show them all the payables and receivables for that particular month. And that's pretty much it.
Do you guys also provide the investors with their, I can't remember what it's called, W-2, W-4, whatever.
1099.
1099 for taxes.
Yes,
you do
by
that?
the end of the year, they will get a 1099 for tax purposes and an income statement for the whole year. So
if you hire EB to manage your property, you get a leasing consultant, a maintenance partner, a tax consultant,
everything,
and a property
even
manager.
a wealth optimizer, because we have a wealth optimizer tool. So our goal is for our clients to be a real estate investor, to expand their portfolio in the future. So it's not just have that one property and okay, we'll just take care of that property and we don't care about you. We will try to expand that portfolio for you. We will try to have your return on investment, cash flow, things like that.
And so, real estate investors are not your only target market, are they?
No, everyone who wants to lease their property.
Okay. What about one of the other aspects of real estate?
Realtors.
There you go. That's what I was looking for.
Yes.
So why don't you tell everybody out there that's a realtor what you have a referral program, correct?
Yes, we have a great referral program. Our referral program is every time for our realtor referral program, and you can also find it in our website. You will get a $500 check for every property management agreement, and you get to keep that lead for future buying and selling transactions.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but what that means is, so for every door that an agent refers to you that you end up managing,
Yes.
they get $500 for every door, or is it?
Correct.
So you don't put multiple doors on a contract. It's one contract, one door.
One door.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they refer you one door or five, they get $500 per door.
Per door.
And then at the same time, what you mean by you get to keep the lead later is that we know in the investors world that investors always sell their properties.
Correct.
So when they do sell, you're not going to list the property. You're going to give them the opportunity to do it, right?
Exactly. Their original real estate agent will do that.
If they refer you an investment property and it needs a tenant, will you let the agent lease the property?
If they prefer that, they can. They can list the property and have the tenant there, and we can take over after when the tenant placed. But we always recommend to have the property from the beginning, because that way we will have all full service, even with the guarantees when we put the tenant in there.
Right.
Even with, the resident benefit package that we offer with all of these stuff that they will get, all that package they will get, because it's a guarantee and we know that tenant ourselves, like we screen that tenant ourselves. And we're actually proud to say we have never had an eviction for any tenant that we placed ourselves.
You can't say it. Most companies can't say that. That's
can.
pretty impressive. Yeah, good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is it fair to say that we can paint a picture for real estate agents that some may not know? If you work with investors, you have the opportunity to basically get paid 4 times on one house. You find the property for them, you get a commission. You refer them to EB, you get $500.
Yes, if they can find a tenant as well, they will get a commission.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you get to relist the property later when they sell.
Yes.
So that's 4 transactions on one house. If you're not working with investors and you're a real estate agent, that's exactly the reason why you should. And then refer them to EB. Okay? Now, you and I would both agree that a real estate investor is not the same kind of real estate client that a normal buyer and seller is.
Yes.
So if you're trying to work with real estate investors and you're having a little bit of an issue, it's probably because you're trying to treat them like Mr. and Mrs. Smith buying a dream home. Real estate investors don't care about the color of the paint or whether or not it's got a pool. They're interested in, I want to make 3% ROI on this money, make that happen. If they can make that happen, they'll buy a house all the time. That's what I learned in investors. So, so real estate agents, referral program, $500 per door. Can't beat that. Okay. What do you do? And I know what you're going to do, but what do you do now to market your business?
Oh, with you?
No, just in general, because I know what you're going to be doing with me.
Okay. What I do to market my business, I'm pretty much more of a one-on-one person. I like to speak to my clients directly.
How do you get
in
those
person.
clients, though? Where do they come from?
Google.
Google
Yes.
ads?
Google ads.
Word of mouth?
Yes, word of mouth. I'm going to events, real estate agents. Have a lot of real estate agents that I've been working with that they send their leads to me because, they feel comfortable that they will get that lead back, and they will feel also comfortable. It's not just about getting that lead back. They'll feel comfortable about Real Property Management Sugar Land because, okay, their client will not go back to them and say, oh, okay, you referred me to them, to that
and
company.
it didn't work out. Yeah.
Exactly. So.
Yeah. And then some of the things that you are going to be planning on doing to market your business. What some of the things that we talked about?
The CRM.
CRM is definitely one of them.
Yes.
My CRM, trying to utilize social media a little bit better.
Often. I'm really bad about that.
Yeah, I don't ever see any videos with you. No.
As I said, I'm more of in person, like one-on-one type of gal.
Yeah, Ibi's the type of person that you talk to and you instantly trust.
Exactly.
You instantly trust her. So is there anything that you'd like the podcast audience to know about either Ibi or RPM Sugarland before we go? Other than your contact information.
I mean, there is so many things in property management, so many little things that we cannot cover in like a session or like a podcast or things like that. But I would, if just a piece of advice, maybe, if you have a property and you want to list it and you feel like you can list it yourself, like a DIY, search about it, talk to experts about it first, and see what is the best scenario would be for you, because there is so many things I can't even count with a property management, that it's like dealing with tenants and maintenance and the laws of real estate laws here. It's not easy to manage a property if you're not a company.
Yeah, there's a reason why real estate brokers don't want their agents managing properties.
I have even real estate agents that I'm managing their properties. They're like their personal properties, and they have been in the market, like they have been as a real estate agent for over 20 years. So because they see how hard it is doing it themselves without a property management company.
Like I said, I was in it for 7 years and I know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of Ibi.
Yes, so they can visit our website, rpmsugarland.com. Call us at 832-333-9923. And our office is by the Sugarland Town Square area.
What's your email address?
EBI@rpmsugarland.com.
And give them the website one more time.
rpmsugarland.com.
That's pretty easy. And the phone number one more time.
832-333-9923.
Well, thanks, Ibi, for being on the podcast.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate your time.
From RPM Sugarland and Robert Weber from Silverback Self-Defense. Again, I want to thank the people that make this podcast possible. Jennifer Smitis, the area vice president, Caitlin Kornick and Devin Devin, the escrow officers here in Sugarland, and Winnie Santana in Richmond. If you'd like to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com. It'll be next year before I can get you on the calendar. That's how booked I am, but I will get you on the calendar. This has been Kevin's Corner, real estate from a marketing perspective. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Say bye.